Tell him break your neck, gon' bust around. Throw one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running well. Hey, nobody can, we on the town. Hey, I never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I'm Mike. Lose it. Lose it.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup of two of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. It is a rematch of Super Bowl 49, one that went right down to the last play. It's Tom Brady going up against Russell Wilson. So let's get you up to Central Link Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up is a rematch of that memorable Super Bowl 49 between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christine Michael. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Now Wilson on second down. The grab made by Curse over the middle. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL, because in college he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 56 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Dante Hightower is a guy who can play the run with the best of anyone in the league, but he'll fool you a little bit in pass coverage. Not so bad there as well.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. For Christian Michael, his 5th year in the league, first 4 years, a total of 497 yards, but now getting a chance in Seattle, 354 through 6 weeks.
I love what he said about the whole thing, about how he had to wake up and realize what he needed to do in his career, and he rededicated himself this year with a second opportunity in Seattle, and boy, it's paying off not just for him, but for the Seahawks.
And he added 2 scores to go along with 64 yards in their game against the Falcons in Week 6. Here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So now it's 1st and goal on the carry. Michael. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Now to send this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. As the offensive starters pop up on your screen, Charles, let me ask you, Chris Hogan, what does he bring to this offense?
A guy that you look at and really don't circle in your game plan. There's other guys that you look at. Then you realize this guy can do damage. Finds his way open on almost every snap.
Again, here's Blount. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Brady gives now to Blount. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Now he'll throw with Brady. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there for the Patriots. 31 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They come out here in the eye. They run again with Michael. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
It's caught outright by Graham. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. In the slot on the right is Graham. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to do
that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run again with Blount. And some room to roam now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Time to step aside. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Blunt loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. They come out here in the aisle. Now they'll run it on the toss. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass.
And he fires one that's intercepted, picked off by Logan Ryan. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now a toss play to Blunt. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll run it here. This is James White. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Well, incomplete there, but Charles, switching gears for a second, talking about quarterback play, we have seen a lot of good quarterback play so far this year, haven't we?
We always talk about Drew Brees. That's almost old hat, but let's give him his respect. But how about some new names that are on this list? Matt Ryan has elevated his game to its highest level. How about what Sam Bradford has done in Minnesota? Did anyone really see that coming? And the rookie, Dak Prescott, he deserves big-time mention for the start he's given Dallas.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And an excellent pickup of 34 yards.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On second down, here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. This is caught inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They slot Gronkowski outright. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Looking for someone to throw to. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Chris Hogan in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 41 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Brady will try again on second down. He's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Cliff Averill in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
They slot Gronkowski outright. Now a play fake here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Danny Amendola, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken short. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The defensive tackle, Alan Branch, is the one to bring him down. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain. I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Again, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 4th down. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt. So
out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They slot Gronkowski outright. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Brady throwing on second down. Surveying the field. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 58 yards.
That was good coverage, but it was an even better catch. Great job by both of them, but only one of them ultimately was the winner coming down with the football.
Red zone opportunity. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seattle offense now.
Don't start talking to me yet.
Right, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Don't start
Most of them
talking
want to
yet.
end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative.
Don't start talking yet.
I don't think he got there. He did
Don't
not.
start.
Did not get back there. It's a safety. I think
Got you,
this
buddy.
crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium,
whatever.
combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here,
Don't worry, I will.
for the defense.
It is deafening in here. Out comes the New England offense to see what they
That's
can
why that
do
lead
this
looking
time.
like it is, right?
And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said
Oh, well.
when he went back out
Double
was,
coverage.
Don't do that again. What do you think?
Play double coverage.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being
Don't be mad.
facetious
Play
here,
better
but
D.
The bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Brady. Gronkowski's
Get off him, get off him.
crossing
Come
route.
on, baby.
And he's finally taken
Running
down,
back.
but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action here on first down.
I got that.
And he hits Gronkowski on the out route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard
You got anything else you want to say before you lose?
Brandon, with the way things are going with Tom Brady finding Gronk as many times as he has in this game and the team is winning, you think at some point maybe
Since
even
I
Brady
only
will do the
use
Gronk
Gronk,
dance?
let me show you something.
Well, if he does that Gronk dance,
Since
Davis,
I only
think
use
you have
Gronk,
to do
let me
that
show you
Gronk
something.
dance.
Trust me, partner, no one wants to see me do the Gronk dance.
Your wife.
Yeah?
No
That
one.
wasn't Gronk. Oh, well, play D.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
You know what I'm doing? Stop it.
Now a carry for Blunt. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Is that
That's going
right?
to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Come on,
Play clock winding down. On second down, here's Brady. This is caught.
Too little, get off him. Too little, get off him.
Touchdown, Patriots.
He too little, get off him.
Gronkowski from 13 yards out, and the Patriots add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen.
What are you doing?
Again, they've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
You about to throw an
There's so
interception.
much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
There you go, right here. This is where he throw his pick.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking
where
to a
he throw his
quarterback,
pick.
and he said everything they did was on the count system.
This
So
where
when
he
took
throw
a
that
snap,
pick.
he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each
Come
one,
on,
and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
You owe me
That was
a
an
pick
excellent job
this
of
job.
recognizing the situation. His
Who we
first
got?
read wasn't there.
Hey,
Heck, his
Dante,
second
watch
read
this
wasn't
kid,
there.
man.
But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5
It's a
on the
little too
carry
late to
there,
be
and it'll
doing
be
that, don't you
second
think?
down. And the offense moving quickly to the
Let's
line.
close that middle up. Let's not.
Now Wilson on second down.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
mine.
gonna loft one
That's
deep
mine.
left side.
Ryan. Oh,
And
this
he
shit.
is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, 55 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yes.
Now you gotta stop me.
Because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On first down, Brady quickly to Gronkowski.
That's how you play football.
Rob Gronkowski. There
Don't
he
tackle me.
goes.
Get off me. Ah, that
Big
right
play,
foot.
Brady to Gronkowski. 58 yards. He's played a great game. It continues
yeah.
right there,
I
even
know.
with this lead, confident to throw the pass. And have
Every
the-
play you try,
Is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up second down.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back a... And that'll bring up 3rd. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
That's too easy.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady finding time.
3rd and 2. Ah, get it. Get back.
They need. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back.
Don't throw a pick.
People are really happy about those picks.
You're a little too excited right now.
Has this defense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Wilson, dancing to his left. And some space here. Wilson, it's loose. It's out, fumble.
Sit down.
But this will get out of
Don't
bounds,
get up.
so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds.
Thank you.
Get to keep it.
Oh,
That's
come
just your
on,
defensive back. That's why you
Dad.
don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted
Damn,
view,
I
isn't it?
But
baited
this is
that.
where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
He hits Baldwin right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
You
And a
owe
two-score
me,
game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. There goes a gain of 10 there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. When teams take shots at the end zone,
Stop that whining
you got
and
to
play
defend
ball.
it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again.
It's not open.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll
They
get this
come.
one
Who
down
is that?
about the
That's
20-yard
Dante. They come
line.
fumble.
Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Thank you. Grab the ball.
Oh, there's one you don't see often, the illegal forward pass.
And the reason we don't see it very often is the quarterback has to be totally beyond the line of scrimmage for the flag to come out. If any part of the quarterback is behind the line of scrimmage when he throws the ball, then it's not an illegal forward pass.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's going to
Pop
flip
him.
one out here to his running back.
He ain't going
And he'll be
nowhere.
a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the
That's what I
22-yard
like. This is what he
line.
throws his kick
7th
right here,
play of
right?
this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Right here, Russ.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Right here, Russ.
And he finds
Oh, who is
Jalen.
that?
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. From the gun, it's Wilson.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one
You
was
tried
realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Oh,
Toward
my
the center of the
God.
field,
Yo, y'all
but it's
can't catch the
incomplete.
say y'all
He was
like.
trying to get it to C.J. Spiller, and now it's 3rd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just
his
unable to
offense
complete
is
it.
suspect.
In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson.
Just catch the
flushed
ball.
to his
That's all I
right.
need.
He may try and run for this. And the stop
can
will
take
come
that. We'll
inside
take
the
that.
5 at the 4.
Ooh,
Call it a
definitely
3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And Hauschka's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so now then the field goal puts you back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if this is not an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, you still got the 2 timeouts, but I think you're right. I think you roll the dice right here.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So the Patriots coming out now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And they take him down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout.
I'm going to make you use those timeouts, buddy.
So one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Yeah.
On the toss, this is Blount. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Oh, stop that run and take those balls.
Get some vision and some big guys to get out in front. This time they did it to the right side.
Went to the right side. Is there a preference
right
or left for a lot of these guys to run the ball this way?
I know in the good old days, most teams were constructed to run to the right side. I can't tell you exactly why. That was the power side. The left side was what they used to call the quick side. But in this case, the power one. And that's a big-time run right there. And right now, he is in a groove. He is locked in, and all he wants is the football. But it's not just him. He's locked in really well with his offensive line. They're motivated now to continue to fire out and find some gaps and some creases for him to run in. And guess what? If he continues to do this, they can take interval.
And play is stopped here.
That's a game.
It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
That's game.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Now Blount. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Charles, this is not an easy place to win. They are known. But how about that? They came in here, they were determined from the opening kick, and they got it done.
And they've done such a great job at putting an excellent team on the field. But the architects that built this stadium to keep the noise in, and that crowd responds in a big way. But you're exactly right. Hard to believe that people can still come in here and win the game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.